Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on January 3rd, 2023 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Pangun Langayate Girim Sri Gurum Dhinatharinam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Hari Om Tatsat.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today the chapter is entitled Ishwara Puri receives the blessings of Madhavendra Puri, whereas Ramachandra Puri receives a rebuke. Part 1. Under the section, Ramachandra Puri criticizes the Lord. Shri Gauranga Leela Smarana Mangala Stotram by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He always tolerated the offences of Ramachandra Puri, who was fond of blaspheming his superiors, and who had become bewildered and fallen into the muddy well of quarrelsomeness. The Lord accepted Amoga because he attained a little fragment of a devotee's mercy. May Sachi Devi's son eternally travel on the path of my memory.
Haribol.
Here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to always remember pastimes of Gaurahari.
So here Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to always remember the pastime of Lord Gaurahari. Ramachandra Puri Bayat Laukika Harata Swamyo Bhiksha Nam Samoko Chayat. Let me offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who reduced his eating due to fear of the criticism of Ramachandra Puri.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reduced his eating
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reduced his eating
because Ramachandra Puri was always criticizing.
Because Ramachandra Puri was always criticizing him.
Therefore, he wanted to avoid the criticism of Ramachandra Puri.
Therefore, he wanted to avoid the criticism of Ramachandra Puri.
This caused great suffering to all the devotees.
This caused great suffering for all the devotees. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.2.
जय जय श्री चैतन्य करुणा सिंधु अवतार ब्रह्मा शिवादि के भजे चरण जहा.
All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the incarnation of the ocean of mercy. His lotus feet are worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva.
Lord Chaitanya is worshipped as the special incarnation
Lord Chaitanya is worshipped as the special incarnation
of the mercy
of the mercy
of Lord Sri Krishna.
of Lord Shri Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.3.
जय जय अवधूत चंद्र नित्यानंद जगत बादिलो जह दिया प्रेम पादा.
All glories to Nityananda Prabhu, the greatest of mendicants, who bound the entire world with a nod of ecstatic love for God.
Lord Nityananda gave out the mercy of Lord Chaitanya,
Lord Nityananda, he gave out the mercy of Lord Chaitanya
flooded the world with love of Krishna.
and flooded the world with love of Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela 8.4.
জয় জয় অদ্বৈত ঈশ্বর অবতার কৃষ্ণ অবতারি কইল জগত নিষ্ঠার
Advaita Prabhu ki jai. All glories to Advaita Prabhu, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He induced Krishna to descend and thus delivered the entire world.
Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
had said many times
has said many times
the reason he descended
the reason he descended
due to the prayers and chanting of Advaita Gosai.
was due to the prayers and chanting of Advaita Gosai.
So he came to deliver the world in Krishna Prema.
And he came and delivered the world Krishna Prema. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.5.
জয় জয় শিবাসাদি যত ভক্তগণ শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু যার প্রাণধন
All glories to all the devotees headed by Srivas Thakur. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is their life and soul.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had many devotees
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has many devotees
who descended to assist him in his pastimes,
who descended to assist him in his pastimes.
headed by Srivas Thakur.
They are headed by Srivas Thakur. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.6.
নীলাচলে ভক্তগণ সহ গৌরের লীলা এই মত গৌরচন্দ্র নিজ ভক্ত সঙ্গে নীলাচলে ক্রীড়া করে কৃষ্ণ প্রেম তরঙ্গে
Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri performed his various pastimes with his devotees in the waves of love for Krishna.
So here is the description of the wonderful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya
So here is the description of the wonderful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya
and Nilachal.
in Nilachal.
And they are being qualified.
They are being glorified. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.7.
রামচন্দ্রপুরীর আগমন হেন কালে রামচন্দ্রপুরী গোসাই আইলা পরমানন্দ পুরী রে আর প্রভুরে মিলিলা
Then a sannyasi named Ramachandra Puri Gosai came to see Paramananda Puri and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Ramapuri is a disciple of Madhavendra Puri.
Ramachandra Puri is a disciple of Madhavendra Puri.
And then he's a spiritual uncle of Lord Chaitanya.
That means he is the spiritual uncle of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.8.
পরমানন্দ পুরী ও প্রভুর রামচন্দ্র পুরীকে যথোচিত পদমর্যাদা দান পরমানন্দ পুরী কইল চরণ বন্দন পুরী গোসাই কইল তার দৃঢ় আলিঙ্গন
Paramananda Puri offered respects at the feet of Ramachandra Puri, and Ramachandra Puri strongly embraced him. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Because Ramachandra Puri was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, both Paramananda Puri and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered him respectful obeisances. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that although Ramachandra Puri was naturally very envious, and although he was against the principles of Vaishnavism, or in other words, against the principles of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees, common people nevertheless addressed him as Goswami or Gosai because he was superficially in the renounced order and dressed like a sannyasi. In the modern age, the title Goswami is used by a caste of Grahasthas, but formerly it was not. Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, for example, were called Goswami because they were in the renounced order. Similarly, because Paramananda Puri was a sannyasi, he was called Puri Goswami. By careful scrutiny, therefore, one will find that Goswami is not the title for certain caste. Rather, it is properly the title for a person in the renounced order.
Ramananda Puri was called Goswami
So Ramachandra Puri was called Goswami
because of his being in the renounced order.
because of his being in the renounced order. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.9.
বৈষ্ণব সন্ন্যাসীর সাম্প্রদায়িক ব্যবহার। মহাপ্রভু কইলা তারে দণ্ডবত নতি, আলিঙ্গন করিতে কইল কৃষ্ণ স্মৃতি।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also offered obeisances unto Ramachandra Puri, who then embraced him and thus remembered Krishna. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered obeisances to Ramachandra Puri in consideration of his being a disciple of Srila Madhavendra Puri, the spiritual master of his own spiritual master, Ishvara Puri. When a Vaishnava sannyasi meets another Vaishnava sannyasi, they both remember Krishna. Even Mayavadi sannyasis generally remember Narayana, who is also Krishna, by saying Om Namo Bhagavate Narayanaya or Namo Narayanaya. Thus, it is the duty of a sannyasi to remember Krishna. According to Smriti Shastra, a sannyasi does not offer obeisances or blessings to anyone. It is said, sannyasi nirnamaskriyaha. A sannyasi should not offer anyone blessings or obeisances.
But still is common to get the brother or the guru obeisances.
But still, it's common to offer respect to the God brother of the Guru. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.10.
জগদানন্দের ভিক্ষাদান। তিনজনে ইষ্ট গোষ্ঠী কইলা কতক্ষণ, জগদানন্দ পণ্ডিত তারে কইলা নিমন্ত্রণ।
The three of them talked about Krishna for some time, and then Jagadananda came and extended an invitation to Ramachandra Puri.
Jagadananda Pandit was offering invitation to Ramachandra Puri.
So Jagadananda Pandit was offering an invitation to Ramachandra Puri.
Thus, to feed Ramachandra Puri and Lord Prasad.
Thus he feed Ramachandra Puri Jagannath Prasad. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.11.
স্বয়ং যথা অতিরিক্ত ভোজনপূর্বক ভিক্ষাদাতার বা পরিবেশনকারীর নিন্দা। জগন্নাথের প্রসাদ আনিলা ভিক্ষার লাগিয়া, যথেষ্ট ভিক্ষা করিলা তেহ নিন্দার লাগিয়া।
A large quantity of the remnants of food from Lord Jagannath was brought in for distribution. Ramachandra Puri ate sumptuously, and then he wanted to find faults in Jagadananda Pandit.
Ramachandra Puri habit was to criticize everybody.
Ramachandra Puri's habit was to criticize everybody. Even though he was given prasadam and he ate sumptuously,
he wanted to find some fault in the Dharma and never found it.
he wanted to find some faults in the God of Jagadananda Pandit. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.12.
স্বয়ং জগদানন্দকে প্রচুর ভোজন করাইয়া অত্যাহারী জ্ঞানে গৌরগণের নিন্দা। ভিক্ষা করি কহে পুরী শোনো জগদানন্দ, অবশেষে প্রসাদ তুমি করহ ভক্ষণ।
After finishing the meal, Ramachandra Puri requested, "My dear Jagadananda, please listen. You eat the food that is left." Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.13.
আগ্রহ করিয়া তারে বসি খাওয়াইল, আপনে আগ্রহ করি পরিবেশন কইল।
With great eagerness, Ramachandra Puri seated Jagadananda Pandit and personally served him prasadam.
This seems like something very proper.
This seems like something very proper. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.14.
আগ্রহ করিয়া পুনঃ পুনঃ খাওয়াইল, আছে মন কইলে করিতে লাগিল।
Encouraging him again and again, Ramachandra Puri fed him sumptuously. But when Jagadananda had washed his hands and mouth, Ramachandra Puri began criticizing him.
So it seems that Ramachandra Puri he would feed the person again and again,
So it seems that Ramachandra Puri, he would feed the person again and again,
and then he would criticize him.
and then he would criticize him. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.15.
যথার্থ শুদ্ধ বৈরাগ্যবান গৌরগণের বৈরাগ্যহীন জ্ঞানে নিন্দা। শনি চৈতন্য গণ করে বহুত ভক্ষণ, সত্য সেই বাক্য সাক্ষাৎ দেখিলু এখন।
I've heard, he said, the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat more than necessary. Now I've directly seen that this is true.
So although he was feeding Jagadananda,
Although he was feeding Jagadananda Pandit,
having him take again and again,
having him take again and again,
afterwards when he criticized him,
afterwards then he criticized him
they eating so much.
that you are eating so much. Why are you eating so much? Sorry, Guruji. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 8.16.
সন্ন্যাসীরে এত খাওয়াইয়া করে ধর্মনাশ, বৈরাগী হইয়া এত খায় বৈরাগ্যের নাহি ভার।
Feeding a sannyasi too much breaks his regulative principles, for when a sannyasi eats too much, his renunciation is destroyed.
Ramachandra Puri object, and they were serving him again and again.
So Ramchandra Puri didn't object when he was serving him again and again and again.
So then he gave, then he forced the people to take more and more.
And then he forced people to take more and more.
And that's, he criticized everyone.
Afterwards, he criticized everyone.
But he was a critical person.
So he was a critical person. Guru Maharaj, we have a meeting after this.
We have more 18 more.
Thus ends the part 1 of the chapter entitled Ishwara Puri received the blessings of Madhavendra Puri, whereas Ramachandra Puri receives a rebuke from him. Under the section, Ramachandra Puri criticizes the Lord. So just put gallery view.
Any question?
Yeah, meeting.
Hi Krishna, dear devotees. Guru Maharaj is asking any questions.
My question is, why can't they're saying that sannyasis cannot give blessings?
Oh, God.
Okay, Guru Maharaj, the question is, why the
Sannyasi should not give blessing.
In the
And
text, it said that sannyasi should not give blessings.
Why?
I just don't say guru,
When it doesn't say Guru,
it says sannyasi.
it's just sannyasi.
Jai is blessing everybody.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. And don't forget to like and share our channel.